Have you ever caught yourself wondering, why do my legs feel weaker than they used to, even though I'm eating healthy and staying active? If that question has crossed your mind lately, you're definitely not alone. For millions of adults over 60, this quiet frustration becomes a daily struggle: aching knees, tired calves, unsteady feet. And yet the answer isn't always in your workout routine or your age. Sometimes it's sitting right there on your kitchen counter, disguised as a healthy fruit. Yes, fruits. Natural, colorful, sweet. We've been told all our lives to eat more of them. But here's a surprising truth that not many talk about. Not all fruits are good for older adults. In fact, some of the most popular ones may actually be working against you, slowly eroding your leg strength, triggering hidden inflammation, and weakening your circulation from the inside out. If you're over 60, the fruit bowl could be your body's silent enemy, and it's time you knew which ones to watch out for. Before we dive into the top 7 fruits that could be damaging your legs, take a second to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. I make these health videos just for you, men and women in your golden years, who want to stay strong, independent, and informed. If this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I want to know how I can make better content for your needs. Now let's start with a surprising culprit, one of the most beloved tropical fruits in the world. 1. Pineapple, the silent trigger of inflammation. It's juicy, tropical, and often considered a healing food. Pineapple has long been praised for its digestive enzyme bromelain and its supposed anti-inflammatory benefits. But here's the twist for older adults, especially those over 60. Pineapple might be doing more harm than good. Why? Because as your body ages, it becomes more sensitive to sugar and acid, 2 things pineapple contains in dangerously high amounts. Behind that refreshing sweetness lies a hidden threat. The fruit's natural sugars can cause blood sugar spikes. And those spikes, they slowly damage the tiny blood vessels that keep your legs functioning, nourishing your calves, supporting your knees, and keeping your feet grounded. Over time, it's like rust building up inside your body, corroding your strength without a sound. And that's just the start. The acidity of pineapple creates the perfect storm for inflammation, especially if you're already battling arthritis, stiff joints, or poor circulation. What begins as mild soreness or stiffness can soon snowball into fatigue, swelling, or even difficulty walking. Imagine trying to stand up after a meal and feeling like your legs are made of concrete. That's not just aging, it could be your fruit choices. Even worse, bromelain can interfere with common medications like blood thinners, making bruising more likely and muscle weakness more pronounced. The effects build up slowly and silently, day by day, slice by slice. You think you're making a healthy choice, but instead, you're feeding the fire. So the next time you reach for pineapple, ask yourself, is this really nourishing me? Or is it stealing the energy from my legs? And pineapple is just the beginning. What if we told you that one of the most popular fruits for muscle recovery might be doing the exact opposite? 2. Bananas, the muscle imposter. Soft, easy to digest, full of potassium. Bananas have long been a go-to snack for older adults looking to stay strong and energized. But the truth is far more complicated. As we age, our metabolism slows, our ability to process sugar and starch weakens, and bananas, especially when ripe, are loaded with fast-acting sugars and quick-burning carbs. These convert almost instantly into glucose, triggering a spike in insulin levels. Why does that matter? Because over time, these insulin spikes contribute to weight gain around the belly and thighs, reduce blood flow to your lower limbs, and sap oxygen from your leg muscles. The result? Slower recovery, faster fatigue, and a feeling of heaviness that seems to come out of nowhere. Have you ever felt your legs go stiff after lunch, or struggled to climb stairs despite eating healthy? That's your body signaling it's not handling sugar like it used to, even natural sugar from fruit. And it gets worse. For seniors with heart conditions, bananas can increase water retention. That fluid often settles in the ankles and feet, causing painful swelling that makes walking uncomfortable and balance more difficult. You're not just tired, you're being weighed down from within. Bananas may have once been a symbol of strength, but for aging bodies, they can be sneaky saboteurs, giving you a burst of energy followed by a crash that lingers in your legs. Still think bananas are harmless? Then wait until you hear what tiny grapes can do to your joints. 3. Grapes. Tiny fruit. Big inflammatory impact. They're small, sweet, easy to pop into your mouth while watching TV or reading a book. Grapes often seem like the perfect guilt-free snack, but beneath their smooth skin lies a major threat to your leg health. The culprit, fructose. Unlike glucose, which your body can burn for energy, fructose is processed in the liver. And when there's too much of it, as in a handful of sweet grapes, it's converted into fat and uric acid. What's the problem with uric acid? For seniors, it's a ticking time bomb. When it builds up, uric acid doesn't just stay in your liver. It travels through your bloodstream and settles in your joints, especially in your toes, ankles, and knees. That's when gout strikes. Sudden swelling, burning pain, sleepless nights spent tossing and turning with sharp aches in your feet. It doesn't take much. A single cup of grapes can trigger a flare in those who are sensitive. Even if you don't have gout, the inflammation caused by high fructose fruits like grapes can create constant low-level discomfort. Your legs may feel tight, your joints stiffer, and your endurance lower than it used to be. It's like trying to walk through water. Every step feels heavier. So the next time you reach for grapes thinking they're a heart-smart snack, remember what's good for your taste buds might be quietly damaging your mobility. To be continued. In the next part of this video, we'll reveal 4 more surprising fruits that could be sabotaging your strength, some of which are in almost every senior's kitchen right now. So stay tuned. If you found these insights helpful so far, type "I'm with you" in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Your health matters, your strength matters, and your choices, even the small ones, matter more than ever. Make sure you're subscribed. This journey to stronger legs and better living has only just begun. Let's keep going, because if something as small and sweet as grapes can quietly sabotage your legs, then what about fruits that seem even more innocent? Here's the truth. Grapes are deceptively dangerous, not just because of their sugar, but because of how easy they are to overeat. Think about it. You don't sit down and eat a whole watermelon in one go, but grapes. Just a handful while watching TV, a few with breakfast, another couple while standing at the fridge. You barely notice, but your body does. That sugar. It doesn't scream. It whispers, accumulating quietly, day after day. At first, nothing seems wrong, but then your joints start to feel tender. Your calves feel tighter. You move a little slower, and rising from a chair, it starts feeling like a small workout. No one else sees it, but you feel it. Every time you stand, every time you stretch your legs. The sugar in grapes doesn't just add calories, it adds wear and tear slowly, silently. So if a fruit as small as a grape can have such a powerful effect, what about the fruits that appear refreshing yet hide even more sugar? Get ready, because the next one is a summer favorite and you won't believe how much damage it might be doing beneath the surface. 4. Watermelon. The false hydrator. There's something undeniably nostalgic about watermelon. It brings back memories of childhood summers, family picnics, and that delightful feeling of biting into a juicy slice on a hot afternoon. For many older adults, watermelon feels like a gift. It's easy to chew, high in water content, and just sweet enough to lift the spirit. But here's the hidden truth. Watermelon might be silently working against your leg strength, and you may not even realize it. The problem isn't only the sugar, it's how fast that sugar enters your bloodstream. Watermelon ranks among the highest on the glycemic index. That means it causes your blood sugar to spike rapidly. For seniors, especially those managing prediabetes, diabetes, or sluggish circulation, this spike isn't just a number, it's a warning sign, because when blood sugar rises too quickly, inflammation is never far behind. And where does that inflammation strike first? Often in the lower body, your legs, knees, feet, the very places where aging already makes you more vulnerable. You might notice your legs feel especially tired after meals, or maybe a short walk leaves your calves aching more than it used to. You chalk it up to age, but in truth, it could be oxidative stress, the result of sugar rushing through your system, irritating the fragile nerves and blood vessels responsible for keeping your legs strong and mobile. To make matters worse, your body reacts to sugar overload by retaining fluid. And that fluid, It gathers in the soft tissues your ankles, knees, and feet. Suddenly, movement becomes uncomfortable, stairs feel steeper, and getting around becomes more effort than ease. Watermelon tastes light, but it behaves like candy inside your body. For anyone over 60 whose metabolism is slowing and recovery takes longer, this fruit can speed up the very problems you're trying to avoid: loss of mobility, increased inflammation, and discomfort that seems to appear without reason. Just a few slices here and there, and soon your legs are whispering that something's not right. And if watermelon made mostly of water can have that kind of impact, imagine what happens when a fruit is loaded with acid and sugar. The next one. It's probably sitting in your fridge right now. 5. Oranges. The acidic assault on joints. Oranges. They've long been a symbol of health, packed with vitamin C associated with immune support and praised for their fresh, invigorating taste. Many seniors start their mornings with a glass of orange juice, believing it's one of the best things they can do for their bodies. But here's the part no one tells you. That burst of citrus comes with a price, and your joints may be paying it. You see, oranges are naturally high in citric acid, and while that acid may add zing to the taste, it can also stir up inflammation, especially in aging joints. For those already dealing with arthritis, bursitis, or joint sensitivity, this acid acts like tiny grains of sand rubbing against already worn cartilage. You may notice it in the morning, a stiffness in your knees when you get out of bed, or a tight ache in your hips that lingers through the day. Or perhaps your legs feel like they're locking up after sitting for a while. At first, it's subtle, until it's not. But acid isn't the only concern. Oranges, and even more so, orange juice, also carry a surprising amount of natural sugar. And consumed frequently, that sugar can upset your insulin balance. When that happens, your body enters a state of low-grade ongoing inflammation, one that doesn't just attack joints. It affects your blood vessels, muscles, and connective tissues, especially in your lower half. Over time, you might notice swelling around your knees or ankles, a reduced range of motion, or a sense of instability when walking or standing, like your body isn't quite cooperating. It's easy to believe that something as fresh and familiar as an orange couldn't possibly be causing harm. But after 60, your body changes. It doesn't recover like it once did. What once energized you may now be slowly wearing you down. And if oranges, those bright, cheerful fruits, can silently stiffen your joints, just imagine what a crisp, sour green apple might be doing. 6. Green apples, a hidden source of leg pain. Green apples look healthy, feel healthy. That bright skin, the clean crunch, the refreshing tartness, they feel like a smart choice. For many older adults, a green apple a day feels like the perfect solution to a healthier snack. But beneath that skin lies a tricky combination: acidity and sugar, a duo that can quietly chip away at your leg strength. The problem begins with malic acid found in high levels in green apples. While malic acid is sometimes praised for energy production in older adults with sensitive joints or conditions like arthritis or fibromyalgia, too much can spark inflammation. And this inflammation doesn't stay in your stomach. It spreads to your hips, your thighs, your knees, and even your feet. That burning, that stiffness, that deep ache that feels like it's coming from inside the muscle, it may not be aging. It may be that apple. Green apples also carry natural sugars, and for seniors with slower metabolisms and reduced insulin sensitivity, even small sugar spikes can reduce circulation and limit oxygen delivery to your legs. The result: fatigue in your calves, a sense of weakness when climbing stairs, that heavy-legged feeling after just a short walk. Worse, green apples are often eaten raw on an empty stomach or as a snack. That makes their acidic and sugary effects hit harder faster. You may not connect your nightly leg cramps with the green apple you had earlier, or your morning stiffness with yesterday's snack, but your body connects it. The pain is a message, a quiet one, but one worth listening to, because if a simple apple can trigger so much discomfort, wait until you hear about the tropical fruit that's even sweeter and even more dangerous. As we saw earlier, fruits like watermelon, oranges, and green apples can quietly chip away at your leg strength, but perhaps none are quite as sneaky as mangoes. They taste like sunshine. feel like tropical vacations. And for many seniors, a slice of mango after dinner feels like a harmless treat. But here's what most don't realize. Mangoes cause your blood glucose to spike rapidly. When you were younger, your body could handle this with grace. A sugar spike was no big deal. Your insulin responded quickly and everything leveled out. But with age, your body becomes less efficient. Insulin function slows down and sugar lingers in the bloodstream far longer than it should. And that lingering sugar, it doesn't just fade quietly, it fuels inflammation. Especially in soft tissues like your knees, ankles, and hip joints. You might not notice it right away. But slowly, silently, a creeping heaviness begins to settle into your legs. You wake up and your feet feel a little swollen, your calves feel tight. After just a short walk, you're winded more than you expected. That bounce in your step. It starts to fade, your endurance seems to shrink. And all from what a fruit that felt too light and innocent to blame. But there's more. The natural sugars in mango can aggravate nerve endings, especially if you're living with diabetes or the early signs of neuropathy. That burning sensation in your feet late at night, the subtle tingling in your toes that comes and goes. It may not be just aging, it might be that sweet mango you enjoyed after dinner. Because mango feels light and hydrating, many people, especially seniors, end up eating more than they realize. A few slices turn into half the fruit. A smoothie turns into a daily habit. But while your taste buds are satisfied, your body is keeping score. And your legs. They're the first to suffer. They carry your independence. They are your connection to movement, freedom, and dignity. Yet these sweet fruits, when eaten too often or in the wrong stage of life, can slowly chip away at the very strength you need to keep going. So before you reach for that next mango smoothie, that colorful tropical fruit bowl, or that neatly sliced tray after lunch, ask yourself this. Is the sweetness worth the slow, steady damage it leaves behind? Because while each of these 7 fruits may seem harmless or even healthy, the real danger lies in how they add up over time. Quietly. Without a single warning. Until one day you notice you can't walk as far. You tire more easily, your legs hurt, and you don't know why. But here's the good news, you are not powerless. You don't need to give up fruit. You just need to make better choices. So now let's turn the page and talk about the solution. What should seniors eat instead? When we realize the fruits we once trusted may have been silently working against us, it's natural to feel frustrated, maybe even a little betrayed. But remember, knowledge is power. And with that power comes the opportunity to change, to choose better, to nourish your body with intention and care. Because aging isn't about giving up, it's about growing wiser. Especially when your legs start whispering the aches of time, the answer isn't to cut out fruit altogether. Instead, it's about choosing fruits that heal, not harm. Fruits that nourish you gently, that reduce inflammation, that support blood flow, that restore the strength to stand, walk, and move freely again. Start with berries, nature's quiet powerhouses. Blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are packed with antioxidants. They're low in sugar and easy on your blood sugar levels. They work in the background, protecting your cells, soothing inflamed joints, and improving circulation to your legs. No sugar spikes, no swelling, just quiet strength returning with every bite. Cherries in moderation offer a similar benefit, especially for seniors dealing with gout or arthritis. Their compounds help lower uric acid and reduce flare-ups, those sudden sharp pains that can steal your mobility overnight. And don't forget avocados. Creamy, satisfying, full of healthy fats that cushion your joints and ease swelling from the inside out. Unlike sugary fruits, avocados stabilize your insulin. No crash, no spike, just steady energy throughout your day. They don't work against you, they support you. Papaya, too, is a gentle ally. Its enzymes soothe digestion, its vitamins calm inflammation, and its soft texture is perfect for aging bodies. For seniors tired of chewing tough fruits or dealing with acid bites, papaya offers a comforting alternative, soft, sweet, and strengthening. Even pears, when eaten mindfully and paired with fiber or protein, offer natural sweetness without the sugar crash. They nourish you without overloading your system. At this stage in life, every bite matters. Every choice counts. Your food should work with you, not against you. Every fruit you choose is either moving you toward strength or slowly pulling you away from it, toward mornings full of clarity or ones filled with fog, toward legs that carry you freely or ones that resist every step. And it all begins with one small question: is this fruit serving my body or stealing from it? Because the fruits you choose to keep and those you let go will shape how you feel, how you move, and how fully you live in the years ahead.